Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Hello, welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis. And guys, I got a great guy for you today. Okay, we gonna dig so deep into his life. When he leave here, he gonna be light because he gonna be able to empty all that trash to us. Okay, so y'all know how I do my guests. I allow them to introduce themselves.
Hey, what's going on with everybody out there? I'm so honored to be here. It's your boy Jay Wrights, the musical poet. We're here to give that testimony.
Okay. All right. So we're going to start off because we're going to jump right into this, guys. Y'all know how I do it. Can you share a little bit about your childhood and where you came up at?
Yes. I grew up in Harlem. I was born in Harlem. I grew up in South Jamaica, Queens.
Okay.
And I lost my brother. He was 5 years old. He mistaken my mother's drugs for candy and died. And that was the turning point in my life. I was placed in foster care at 2 years old until I was 8. My mother was still on the path of using drugs.
So back there in that day, I think, because me and you are probably close in age.
Yes.
So back there in the day, that heroin was big in that day.
The heroin was huge.
Okay.
The ACS was not the way it is today. So kids was being lost in the system. Kids were overlooked, still being in the household of these drugs and stuff like that. No one was there.
Okay. And
So,
you got caught up in the system.
I got caught up in the system. I was in the foster care from 2 to 8. And then the ACS felt as though my mother was ready to take me back. My biological mother, who was still on drugs, living in poverty, and chasing those drugs. And they put me back from when I was 8. So I was confused. They came into the home. I'm, from 2 to 8 years old. They're taking me to this stranger that happened to be my mother.
Right. Because it had been 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Okay.
So I go into this household and I'm like, who are these siblings and stuff like these? Who are these people? And these are my brothers and sisters. So like I said, my mother was still on the drugs. She was running the streets. And I had to provide for my siblings.
Okay.
And natural instincts kicked in. Survival, provide.
Okay. And you were how old around that time?
8 years old.
8 years old. Okay. Okay.
And I was robbing, stealing.
You were robbing with a real gun at 8.
Stores, homes, and not for the gain, but for the survival. So when people talk about they're from the street, I was from the street, the real street.
So when you robbed these people, okay, you were putting food on the table for your siblings. And your mom was still doing her thing.
Out in the street, going for weeks, days at a time.
Okay. So after you did that, what was the next thing? What happened after that? Once you started robbing and stealing and doing your thing, what happened after that?
I was depressed because I knew where I came from 2 to 8. Eating, beautiful home, safe, to survive in this madness. I wanted to commit suicide.
Okay.
I locked myself in the refrigerator, unplugged, tried to suffocate, didn't happen. I started eating roach poison, rat poison, meat and air, putting in my hair.
God said he wasn't ready for you to go nowhere because you had a story to tell.
Yes,
And you get to tell that story exclusive
Yes.
to Tanya Arlene.
yes,
Okay.
yes,
So you ended up in the penal system as well. Is that
yes.
correct? Okay. Tell me about that.
Oh, I was in the penal system, and I served 12 years.
And you went for 12 years for what?
12 years. At the time, I thought, I was defending myself. I was actually shot, retreated, and I defended myself. And I wound up doing 85% of my time. I've never been arrested before, never been caught up in anything. Doesn't make it right or wrong, but I was there. And I tell you something, for those out there that glorify prison, it's not a place to glorify. I was on Rikers Island for 2 years when Rikers Island was Rikers Island, worst prison. I look at myself, I look at my nose.
Yeah, you was a young,
I was young at the time. I was actually
light skin with
light
good
skin.
hair.
My
Going
hair
to jail?
My hair was actually past my waist. Part Native American, Cherokee, and black.
Okay.
So pretty boy.
Yes.
Everything. And when I went in there, I just said to myself, the animalistic instinct kicks in. Either it's flight or fight.
Right.
And I chose, I'm not going to be a victim for anybody. So thank God, in 12 years, I never had to harm anyone.
You didn't
Stuff
fight. You didn't have
I
to
had
fight?
a couple of
You didn't
fights,
fight.
but nothing with weaponries or razors or anything like that. And although I carried them on me, I never went without.
So is it true when you're in jail, they say that you have to get with a group? Because my son, he did 12 years,
Yeah.
but he ended up going with the Muslims.
And let me just say something. Some people do it. Some people don't have to do it. It's nothing to belittle you. He probably found his religion there, and that's what he went with. I became a Christian, and like I said, I had my ups and downs and stuff like that, my survivals. But thank God I didn't have to harm anyone and extend my time in there. But I did go to solitary confinement for 2 years. I was sentenced for defending and saving an inmate's life that was getting stabbed and cut. I didn't even know the guy. I just jumped up, disarmed the two guys, got him to safety, went back in, was fighting them and stuff like that, and then they sentenced me to 2 years in solitary confinement.
Okay. So solitary confinement, you are in there and you only have you. How did you keep your mind from going somewhere and not coming back? How did you do that?
I believed. I had faith.
Okay. What did you do? Yes.
That was the turning point.
Yes.
Of my life. I had a routine.
Okay.
I would do. But there was a voice that said, go to the window. I went to the window, and the guys that I defended, the guy they were Dominican.
He was in solitary confinement as well.
He wasn't in solitary.
Okay.
They were talking about him in Spanish. Again, I'm American Indian and black. I don't understand Spanish at all.
Okay.
Although I look it,
Okay.
I understood everything they said.
Wow.
And with that being said, I fought for my overturned appeal because I heard what they got a year. So I fought.
They got a year.
They got a
and
year.
You got 2 years.
2 years.
Okay.
And they were the initial aggressors.
Okay.
So it wasn't snitching. It was just the facts.
Okay.
I had it overturned. I got out.
Because my son did a long time in a stretch in solitary confinement.
It's no joke. It's no joke. For anybody out there that glorifies prison, like I said, you can go in today and lose your life tomorrow. It's not a game. It's nothing to be keeping it real and stuff like that. Go get 4 years of education, 2 years of education instead of 25 years, It's in prison. It's not a game. It's not a joke. You can lose your life.
How old were you when you went to jail?
I was 22 to 34.
To 34.
To 34
Okay.
years old.
Take me through the transition, because we're gonna uplift some people. We ain't gonna stay into the problem.
Yes.
We're gonna go in. We're gonna go into
Yes. Yes.
helping somebody.
So what happened was, when I came out of prison, I got a trade in prison. I'm working, doing my thing.
What was your training?
My trade as an optician. I make glasses. So what I did was I went to school in there, educated myself financially, invested myself in medical dental. When they took away the colleges, I went to correspondence school, and I was doing my thing. Came out. Here I am working. But then one day it struck me, and I said, I went through all this hell to just be a worker. God has purpose bigger for my life.
Yes.
So I had to find that purpose. And the purpose was my poetry. I started writing poetry in prison. I took the poetry, I sent it to the copyrights. I retrieved it, paid, got it out there, put a book out there. A guy saw me, put a book out, he said, I want to put you on my podcast show. So I went to the podcast show, started giving my testimony, and then things just started turning around for my life for the better.
Okay. Let me ask you this. What did you have a woman there through that transition? Was there a woman in your life?
No.
Where you weren't dating?
No.
Nothing. You went through prison by yourself?
By myself.
No family members?
No.
Nobody to call you? Nobody that you to call collect?
My nieces were there. I went to prison for my brother, and he was not there. That's what I actually defended him. That it all started from him being taken advantage of, right? And I went there to defend him and step up, and he didn't.
Okay, so no woman.
No.
Just your nieces.
Yeah, nieces. Okay. My mother, God bless her soul.
Is your mother still living? So tell me this, and I know that is so painful, but you know what? In the end, she was there. You know, my mother was an alcoholic coming up. She was an alcoholic. You know, she went to work. She was a waitress, and she went to work. One thing she taught me through that, and my other sibling, no matter how drunk she went to work. And then her men were mostly heroin addicts. So they would, whatever she would bring and put on the table, they would still, you know, one day I went into the living room and there's the TV with the hanger in it, you know, the antenna. Remember that? I go to school, come back home, the antenna is there.
TV sold.
TV gone. A little black and white TV. So, but your mom was there at the end. My mother ended up being there at the end. She was a great grandmother. Mother, but a great grandmother. So your mother was there. So when did you find this amazing woman that is in your life?
Well, that was a time I was going through all my stuff and stuff like that, and then God just placed it in my life.
Did you have a problem with being in prison and dating somebody? No. You know, because some people, like, the guy tell me, I'm a felon. I went to jail for 20 years, and I'm like,
Right.
Yeah. But
yeah, well, you know, if you're institutionalized, it'll show. People didn't know. People they won't believe I was in prison and stuff like that.
Yeah, because you dropped on the scene. Where you come from?
Right.
Because, I mean, one day I was modeling, and I seen you, and I was like, who is this? And everybody was whispering, who's the light-skinned guy with the good hair?
Out chasing my dream.
Out
chasing my dream. And I want everyone to know out there, man, despite losing does not define you to be a loser, and it's never too late to be great. 54 years old, the first musical poet to appear on the Apollo Theater.
Yes.
Okay,
wait a minute. I was going to get to that. I was going to get to that. That's the good stuff. Okay? Because, like I said, we ain't going to lay in the problem. So how did you get invited to the Apollo?
I actually auditioned. I auditioned for the Apollo Theater, and what was so crazy was I received a telephone call and they was like, listen, you won the position to come and perform and compete. And I was like, man, one of my friends is acting stupid. So I hung up the phone. I keep walking and I received a text and they said, this is, I forgot the name, Cynthia from the Apollo Theater. This is real. I got on that phone, I couldn't believe it because the Apollo Theater is iconic. Like for someone that I don't care.
Is.
Like I told my family, win, lose, or boo, I don't give a crap. As long as you make it, that people are always looking to win. Just being in it, the journey alone, and just being going through it, it's iconic.
Okay.
Not many people could say they performed at the Apollo Theater and rubbed
Did
that
you go
stuff.
rub that?
I rubbed that stuff. I didn't want to let go. And what was so crazy is the lights are so on you. You don't see not one person
in the audience. Because it's so much. It's so many lights.
Like I walked in. It was like I was looking, and it was like go, and I couldn't believe it. So.
This is how I do it. You gotta do. You gotta give me a little bit, a little poetry. You gotta give me a little bit.
If you were to look behind the smile, you would encounter tears equivalent to a mile. Many promises stand firm as a stone. Instead, I remain alone. This was my life before you. You have erased such a place where virtues I could taste. You are my today, my tomorrow, substance in the world without sorrow. Today, when you look into these eyes, you would only see you. A soul revealing reflection in you, affection so true. My eyes wince in the question for you. My life was a game I allowed people to play. You showed me a better way. Now I burn to rise. You are the truth behind these eyes.
Okay, you hit it like how they go.
But what I did was, when I would go out to open mics and spoken words and stuff like that, it was beautiful. And kudos to everybody out there that's a spoken word poet. Then I wanted to be something different. That's why I started putting music with the poetry, and then we just started making a song. I actually have over 150 songs on all the music platforms because I believe in self-validation, self-investment, and believing in yourself. Stop laying around depending on people and waiting. Your dreams will never happen. You got to get out there and push it. And it's a slow grind.
Yes,
but eventually it's going to happen. So you just got to keep believing in yourself.
It at our age, we are reinventing ourselves. People are asking me, what time when I first became a model, they was like, don't you think you too old? Or when I started a talk show at 60, how far do you think it's going to go? That's what people ask me. How you going to get paid? Go out there and get on my YouTube. That's how I'm going to get paid.
That's right. Support the system, man. Support the system.
Let me ask you this. How did your time in jail, how does it play a part in your present now? How did you learn? What do you pull from that?
I pull from my time in prison that it actually fuels me. It fuels me and keeps me going because people perceive that to be like a losing situation. So I use that energy for all my losses to my gains. And I always say losses with an S because some people just feel like, okay, I won. Nah, I want to win with S's and wins. I want my wins, man. I want my wins. I'm going to knock down those doors. So I just use all that negativity for all positivity. They had me chained up and like Hannibal liked to separate me from the population and stuff like that because there was a time, like I said, I was with shanks, razors. I used to go to take a shower with my boots on with a razor in my behind and a shank in my drawers and stuff like that. I wasn't having it. I had my team with me and stuff like that, and it was no joke. It was no joke. So I changed my life from night and day.
They say, I went to school with, people say I done did so much, but I went to school in Job Corps in Salt Lake City, Utah. And I went to school with real life Indians like Leroy Two Dog, Sherry Wounded Foot, names like that. And once they got alcohol in them, they would go crazy.
Forget about it. Fire in their veins.
Is that you too?
Yeah, me. Like I said, I cannot hold liquor.
Yeah.
I don't drink. I don't do drugs. I don't mess around with
any of that. Have you
ever
had a problem with drugs?
Heck no. Because of what I saw my family go through. I would never. To me, it was an enemy. So I was offended if you offered it to me. I want to fight you and everything like, but I never got that crazy. But it was an offense to me. I was just like, no, me, I'm so alert, and I just always like to be alert. I like to see everything around me. So the drugs right there would take me to somewhere I don't want to be. I want to be always on point.
Okay.
That's it.
So was your mother full-blooded Indian?
She was actually black.
She was black.
And Blackfoot. And on my grandmother's side was full-blooded Cherokee.
Oh, wow.
And then my other great-grandmother was full black. So it mixed the Blackfoot and the Cherokee and the black.
So where did your people come from?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Okay. So you enter this poetry now, and you moved to Georgia. When did you come to Georgia?
I moved to Georgia, 3 years ago?
Oh, you haven't been here long enough?
I'm a newbie.
Okay. And what made you come here?
The opportunity I had, Dr. Harrison, I don't know if you know Dr. Harrison, she gave me an opportunity, and I just started seeing that it was more, I didn't have to pay to perform. In New York, I was paying to perform. So
Dr. Harris is somebody who is she?
She actually has one of the big, like a platform, big studio, but now she's in Africa. She's in Africa. She's doing her thing.
Okay. So you came down here, got on her platform.
Got on the platform, and I just saw it. The love I was getting. I was doing open mics. I was just like, I don't have to pay for this stuff, and it was beautiful platforms.
Yeah.
In New York, these guys you see them rapping on stuff, they
had to pay for that.
They are still paying for that. They ain't not getting a penny. They paying for that.
Wow.
That's the difference.
Wow.
Yeah, you paying for that.
So what does the love poet? What's the future hold for you?
The love poet is actually going into songwriting. That's what I wanted to do from the beginning. Is and I'm just out here rubbing elbows, rubbing shoulders, opening doors and stuff like that. I actually have a story called Wife, and it's a really deep story. I have a trailer for it and everything like that. So that's where I'm moving towards, getting that into like a movie. It's very, very good, deep story with about 8 parts.
It's now you have a book. What is your book called?
A Miracle Born in the Desert.
And I told him to bring it.
I didn't bring the guy.
A miracle born in the desert. So you're the miracle that was born in the desert.
And if you look at it, it's just like concrete. Nothing's born in the desert. So we come about from the dirt, from nothing.
Okay. And how did you know you had this? Because you got a voice.
Man,
you got a voice that women be like, what you say?
What's so crazy is when I was younger, they used to call me Froggy, so I always had a funny voice and stuff like that.
Oh, I would probably till you grew into it.
I started, just like I said, writing the poems and putting it out there was one thing, but then I started putting with the music. It was more stories that I was putting out. Okay. But then I started using my voice. I was like, wait a minute. I need to just be in my own one lane and stay right there in the pocket, the love poet. That's it. All my songs about love, love, love. And people always tell me, it's redundant and stuff like that. Go tell that to Luther Vandross, tell that to Barry White, tell that to Freddie Jackson.
Yeah,
you ain't saying none of that to them. Leave me alone. Let me just stay in my pocket because I'm not trying to be something that I'm not. And I don't want to be going with the times.
That's how I have to because there'd be so many opportunities come to you in Georgia, and most of them don't pay. So I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yes.
But I'm like you with the diary. I try to stay in my lane. I do model, but I still want to come back and stay in my lane.
Yes.
Because modeling is not paying us. It's to get great pictures.
Great pictures and great exposure.
Yes.
And it's for yourself.
Yes.
Because I've modeled.
Yes.
And I've modeled for some of the top designers.
Yeah, you was with Miguel Wilson.
There it is.
How did that?
Oh, that was crazy.
Because that's hard to get into.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was crazy. I went there for the audition and stuff like that. I'm 54 years old. I'm going to keep it 100. When I went on that line, I looked at them gentlemen.
Everybody was like 30 and under.
24 years old, back straight up, tight bodies. I'm looking at these guys, and I'm like, I got no chance. However,
what did you do?
Life is all about experience. They look good, they couldn't walk.
And you could walk, baby.
And I was walking that walk, and they was like, "That's our guy," and that's it. I was in.
Yep, I seen
And
that.
I've done three shows with Miguel Wilson.
Have you?
3. So I'm good with that. That's my bucket list is
Kudos, because I look for one of these days I want to walk down his runway. And the women, you talking about the men.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many young women that walk that they choose. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So where is the Love Poet going? I know you said you got your this movie that you want to write. What is your steps? Who are you in touch with?
Right now. Ooh, I've opened for so many artists that were legends and stuff like that. Honestly, it's gonna sound kind of crazy, like it's the journey, and I won't say not impressed and nothing like that. I respect all the legends and everyone, and for me, it's always what's next. What's next? I was the first to open up for the Chabarak, or the Mr. Cheeks, Melissa Morgan, Force and D's. These are legends. These are Paul Anthony. All these guys, Force and D's. All these guys are amazing. But I'm always looking for what's next, what's higher. That's what stimulates me. That's what keeps me going. I have accolades and stuff like that, thousands of all type of trophies and stuff like that, and you won't see me display one of them. It's not because it's not that I don't appreciate it, but I'm always looking for what's next.
Okay. So tell me this. If you could give one piece of advice to someone going through tough times, and they are artists, and they are getting ready to say, I'm done with this. I'm over it. What type of advice would you give them?
First of all, never give up. Believe in yourself. Whatever money you have, man, put it into your investments. This is what I do. Forget these CDs. Don't be running around here with these CDs. That's obsolete. People looking at you like, come on now, pulling out a CD. No one has a CD player. No disrespect for anyone. I know Cardi B's doing it and stuff like that. But that's Cardi B. That's not you. So you can't do that. You need to get with zip files, make your songs, start reaching out to people, because you're only getting 0.000 minus 1% a cent on a sale.
Yes.
When it was 99 cents for one song. You guys remember that, right? You remember that, right? 99 cents for a song. Now they're doing not 1 cent. It's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's why Cardi B was running around on the train and stuff like that. Make your own stuff, put some flash drives out and sell them. I actually got 2 right here. I'm trying to sell sign me one of them. So, you know what I'm saying? We're going to see what happens.
We're going to put it on Afterpay. Okay. So what message do you hope to convey through your poetry and community work?
Love. Community work. When I was in New York, I was buying coats for kids. They put me in magazines and stuff like that. But I would go right to the shelters and buy 60 coats for the kids. Make sure they have brand new coats instead of used, because they already feel down as it is. So give them brand new coats so they're warm in the winter. And
then what would you tell a kid that is out there that is in foster home? Give them some hope.
What man, it's love, man. Love yourself. And if you're in foster care, man, listen, that person took you in, and you may not feel a certain way about your family, your biological and stuff like that, but someone took you in. It's just like, I hate to say it, but like a dog shelter. Someone took a dog in, man. That's just like someone took us in. They believe in us. So be grateful, be humble. It could be worse. People out here getting trafficked, raped, used, and stuff like that. So if you got a roof over your head, some food on your table, man, just be humble and be grateful. I tell that to my daughter all the time, man. Be quiet, be grateful. I don't care if you don't got a car. There's other kids out there that's getting raped, trafficked, organs, harvest, all crazy stuff. So shut it up, be blessed, and be humble.
Okay. And tell me something. Why is it so tearful for you still to this day?
Oh man, listen, man. Life is for living. You can exist or you can live. Me, I'm gonna live my life happy. I don't care what no one says. I'm not bothering them. I've been through the hell. Now it's time for the sun.
Oof.
That's it.
Look into my camera and give us one more. Look at him. He can't wait. He couldn't wait. Y'all see that? Whole time he been looking down, and now he want to look.
Never give up.
Yeah.
It's never too late. It's never too late to be great. Today, you can start over. That's what's beautiful about waking up. Some people don't wake up. They woke up. They have heart attacks, strokes, dead. You have life. Don't waste it.
Oh my God. Thank you. The musical poet. Get it right. That went on Apollo. Get it right. Jay, I appreciate you so very much. Jay was on my show when I first started, and it was, and I knew I had to get him by himself. I knew he had a story to tell, and I knew he would help somebody. Because there's some children out there that are in foster care that have their parents that are so strung out on drugs, and thank God I'm in recovery. I've been in December 29th, it'd be 15 years. Thank you. But however, my kids didn't have to go through at a young age. By the time I did my thing, they were older. But doesn't matter. A kid don't know what to do when their parent is on drugs and they keep saying, I'm not going to do it no more. I'll be back, and don't come back for days at a time. I'll be right back. And that kid know when you walk out that door, you're not coming back for a while. So, Jay, thank you for the tearfulness in your that you still have. And it does not. I love to see a man cry. It doesn't make you less than a man to see. Some people think it's weak. I think it's amazing when a man can tell his story and cry about it. So, as we wrap up today's episode, it is clear that Jay's journey is one of the resilience and transformation. From challenging upbringing in New York to difficult years he spent behind bars, Jay's story is a testament to the power and change and redemption. His passion for poetry, particularly love poetry, serves as a beacon of hope, not only for himself, but also those around him. Jay's ability to weave his life experience into beautiful verses speaks to the healing power of the art. It's inspiring to see how he channels the past struggle into the positive force, uplifting others through his work and his fashion and community events. Jay's journey reminds us that no matter how far we fall, we can rise again and make a difference. History encourages us to embrace our vulnerability and share our truth, illustrating that love, creativity can flourish even the most difficult circumstances. Thank you for joining us today, Jay. Incredible story. His message resonates with us all. It's never too late to pursue your passion, connect with others, and make a meaningful impact in your community. Stay tuned for our next episode, where we'll continue to explore stories who have faced adversity and emerged stronger. Until the next time, my name is Tanya R. Lewis, and I am with the Diary of Day Number 50. See you next episode. Thank you, guys.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating, or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.